welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the full card of fights for Contender Series 2025 Week 7. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. First fight we have in the featherweight division, we got Javier Reyes versus Justice Torres. And how do I feel about this one right here is I'm going low confidence Reyes to beat Torres. I'm not particularly high on either guy. And I'm just going to say off jump, nobody on this card looks like they're UFC ready. Maybe like one person looks like they're UFC ready, but yeah, none of the guys look UFC level for the most part. Also, maybe like one guy, like they'll never be UFC level, or they're not ready to be in the UFC. Like none of these guys on the card except like maybe one guy, maybe one. But I can't really say even maybe for him because I feel like I don't really respect the level of competition he fought. So yeah, pretty mediocre card, but hey, it might end up being fun. But yeah, I go Reyes here. This seems like more experience for better competition. Torres can't really find too much tape on him. If you can, that's good for you. But I personally can. I'm not going to try to act like I did find any good footage on him. Yeah, Reyes, it seems like we're around a guy, not impressed by striking those grabs, but he does look well rounded. He has been there with some decent guys, been there with some guys that, have been on the Contender Series, won on the Contender Series. And yeah, like, again, he looks, I just really just going with Reyes over Spirit. That's about it. I'll say decision here. Fight go either way. Justice Torres seems like he has a higher ceiling to me as far as skill-wise. He is younger as well. But his record, like when he fought these competitions, he just has not shown up. Like I said, but I do feel like he has more talent. But I haven't really been able to find any of his fights. So I'm just going with Reyes based on experience. But no confidence in this one at all. Low confidence Reyes. Just going with him based off experience. So in this one, I have Javier Reyes via decision. Now to the next fight we have in the middleweight division, we got Danny Barbir versus Mantis Kondratavičius. And how I feel about this one right here is I'm going low confidence Mantis Kondratavičius to beat Danny Barbir. I'll say second round TKO. Low confidence. Danny Barbir, he just looks very stiff. I don't feel like his grappling looks anything impressive to me. His striking looks very stiff. I believe Mantis will be the taller, longer guy. Probably younger too. Well, they don't got no age yet. He's 6'2", but anyway. Yeah, Mantis Kondratavičius just looks much more fluid on the feet. If Barbir was more of like an exceptional grappler or something, yeah, I'd probably pick him. I feel like he'd probably be a take him down and submit him. That'd be the path to victory. But I feel like Barbir is more of a well-rounded fighter who primarily prefers to strike. And his grappling is not all that polished either. I feel like I'm not really liking his takedown technique. I don't really like his grab technique a whole lot. I do think he's a better grappler than Kondratavičius, but I feel like he's going to primarily be a striking battle. And I think Mantis Kondratavičius will be longer, more fluid, and a more technical striker, and be able to touch the chin on Barbir, who's very stiff on the feet and very hittable. Especially when once he fights a higher level competition, which as far as striking wise, I think Mantis is by far the best striker he's ever fought. I think Mantis will be able to address the grappling enough and then be able to overwhelm him with his length, his volume, his striking technique, and be able to take advantage of the stiffness of Barbir on the feet and be able to catch him clean with some shots, break him down, and stop him in the second round. So in this one, I have Mantis Kondratavičius via second round TKO. All right, now to our next fight. We have in the featherweight division, we got Brian Zurcher versus Murtazali Magomedov. And how do I feel about this one right here is I'm going average confidence Murtazali Magomedov to beat Brian Zurcher. Yeah, Zurcher's tough. He's scrappy, but I don't really feel like his striking is so technical. His grab is particularly not anything technical. I feel like Murtazali Magomedov should have a big, huge grappling advantage over him. I don't think Zurcher might have more advantage in his power. I feel like striking technique, Magomedov probably the better striker. Grappling, Magomedov definitely the better grappler. Yeah, so I think, but I think Magomedov will go to the grappling department and submit him. I'll say first round submission for Magomedov. Again, Zurcher's a solid, scrappy guy, but I think the gap in that grappling is just too big. And I really don't feel a real clear advantage for Zurcher. Yeah, he got a power advantage, but how can he really implement it? It's not like Magomedov is a guy that goes out there and just winging shots and leave his chin open. Oh, I said open. What is open? Leave his chin open. Like, he's a very calculated guy. I'm not really super impressed with Magomedov, but I will say, based on what I've seen, he's the best guy on this Contender Series week and the most UFC ready. But yeah, I just need to see that experience to test. But again, if he goes out to do what he needs to do, he'll be in the UFC. But still, I'm not really swayed by him is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm not really swayed by him, but he does seem like the most solid guy on this week. And again, the biggest advantage here is Magomedov's grappling. I think he'll use it and get him out of there first round. So in this one, I got Murtazali Magomedov via first round submission. Now, to our next fight we have in the women's flyweight division, we got Sofia Montenegro versus Gisela Chaves. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'm going low confidence Sofia Montenegro to beat Gisela Chaves. This fight really up for grabs, to be honest. Jayla hasn't fought no one, but Sofia Montenegro just seemed like she really isn't improving from what I'm saying. Like, she's still there to be hit. She got knocked out by a fighter, I think, who's 4-6 or 5-6 or 5-4, mediocre record in 10 seconds in her only loss. And I looked at some of her more recent fights. She's still getting tagged. Like, she don't know how to move her head at all. She's very stiff and there to be hit. Slow feet, no head movement. And Jayla Chaves has a grappling advantage because we can't really say that she got a grappling advantage. She's been fighting like women who are like 0-2, 0-1, 0-0. She hasn't fought nobody even with a win, I think. So that's the main reason I'm going with Sofia Montenegro. She does got a good build. Does have some decent offensive striking technique, but defensively, that's like, it's almost like non-existent for Montenegro. Like, she can't put her hands up, she can't move her head, she can't move her feet very much. So she's there to be hit. So if Jayla Chaves can apply that pressure, she should be able to touch her early and often. It is primarily probably going to be a striking battle if Chaves doesn't have any grappling. So this fight could definitely go a lot of different ways. But I'll go Montenegro here. Again, this mainly from experience. Like, I can't really back a fighter who has not fought a fighter with a win. Like, maybe her Muay Thai and stuff and kickboxing, she probably fought some fighters with wins, but even in a low level. But as far as MMA, she's fought women who have not even had a single win. Like, she's been clearly getting fed free wins, so you can't really judge too much off that. So I gotta go with the woman who's actually been testing herself. Yeah, so I'm going with Sofia Montenegro. I'll say decision here. So in this one, I got Sofia Montenegro via decision. Now to our main event, we have in the light heavyweight division, we got Rafael Tobias versus Jair de Oliveira. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'm going average confidence Rafael Tobias to beat Jair de Oliveira. And Jair de Oliveira, like, not one of the guys that's literally fighting nobody, no skills or nothing. Rafael Tobias, 22 years old. You know, I think he's one loss when he was like 20, 19 years old. And I definitely think this is a guy that can grow, especially in the light heavyweight division, that needs talent. Maybe it's a little bit too early. Maybe he should wait until he was 25, 26. And get up on a lot of guys like Jair de Oliveira, then try to test himself when he was like 24 or whatever. But a little bit too early, but I think he has all the skills to beat Jair de Oliveira, who just seemed like he just playing around, in my opinion. Or maybe he just acknowledges that he don't have very much skills and he just trying to get his couple wins, get some cans, and then just hope to hit the lottery and get in UFC. But either way, I don't see the method to the madness, because even if he did win this fight and got in the UFC, like, he'd be easy money for every single light heavyweight. So I don't see what Jair de Oliveira's purpose is. But yeah, Tobias is a sharper fighter in every department. And I'm going to say first round TKO for Rafael Tobias. Just a much better fighter, much more complete, and actually has a purpose, actually has a method. Jair de Oliveira just a mediocre fighter that's can crush it. So, and has not even looked to even think to test himself. And now jumping from fighting cans to fighting a guy who's a solid prospect, it just does not look like a recipe for success. So in this one, I got Rafael Tobias via first round TKO. And so that concludes my fight predictions for the full card of fights for Contender Series 2025, Week 7. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.